Why no heating in Texas?
Wow, ladies and gentlemen, we've just had a
Oh,
bit
that
of
made me
a
laugh.
bit of an incredible moment right there, talking about the temperature in England right now. But man, I might as well do the formal intro. I don't know whether PJ wants to take it over. I think you're quite busy working right now.
No,
So,
I'm not busy at all. I'm ready to be committed here, fully invested, fully engaged.
okay. Well,
No
thing
accents,
is,
though. I'm sorry.
no
You can do
accents,
your
no,
accent
because
if you don't want to do yours.
I don't want to do mine because one of my friends from school found out that video. And that's all. I'm just going to leave it at that. Yeah, you can imagine now it's no more accents. I was like, oh yeah, I did this stupid ass commentary in an American accent, and I didn't think that he knew the video. And then it turns out my Discord bio was VFL commentator, and so he just typed in virtual Formula League. He found it. It wasn't a fun experience, PJ. I'm just going to put it like that. So no accents today. I'm just going to be talking in normal English, British English. But yeah, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another VFL stream. I can't believe we're saying this, but already it is the season finale of the season 4 of VFL, and it is going down to the wire right now. We've got a bit of a 1v1 battle. Oh, hang on, I'm just actually watching Connor Kid. He's just skidded. I think that's on the exit of like turn 4 or something. Anyway, there's a bit of a battle, a bit of a championship battle happening right now between our two protagonists, Dark Inferno. He's just exiting the pitch right now, and Tom Taylor. Just quickly checking the standings. They are sitting at, of course, Dark Inferno leading the championship by 24 points over Tom Taylor. So yeah, this is going to be a big one, going down to the wire. Both drivers, I think, have been OG Season 1. Oh no, Tom Taylor, of course, joining in Season 2.
Late.
Yeah.
He was really Season 2?
Tom Taylor was a Tier 2 Season 2. I hired him for Alfa Romeo. And then Tier 1 Season 3 and possible World Champion in Season 4. I don't know. And then, of course, Dark Inferno. He is the man, the founder, the big cheese of VFL himself. And I hate to have a bias. You know, commentators aren't allowed to have a bias. And this is nothing against Tom Taylor. But I don't know about you, but I kind of want Dark Inferno to win this championship.
Yeah, of course. I mean, team principal. Yeah. Obviously somebody that's always been top of the pace in the league, just a matter of putting it together, finally has, and it's a little disappointing that he's doing it in a abridged season, since it seems just from the numbers like he does have the form this season to do it in a full-length season, but I'm sure this one will taste just as sweet regardless. He's on his first flying lap right now.
Yeah, and the current fastest lap is actually set by one of the newest drivers in VFL, I believe joined late last season, I'm not too sure. It's Swiss, and he's actually been turning up to a load of races this season and been performing incredibly well. I think he's actually one to look out for 2022, but he's actually on provisional pole right now with a 107.7. And I don't know if you've noticed, but Taramax has positioned his car extremely nicely just in front of Dark Inferno for a gorgeous slipstream round that starting line.
I'm glad you pointed that out so I didn't have to be the one to. I would guess there is less than 5% chance that Max is doing this on purpose. Every race in Tier 2, I tried, as Dark gets pulled by about a second. Every race in Tier 2 I've tried to get Max to help me with the goddamn slipstream, and he just always says he doesn't want to be bothered with it, and so he never does, and lo and behold, he hops into Tier 1 for little Dark, and now he's being a good, dutiful teammate, giving him an extra tenth or two on that back straight as Dark goes for pole. And I was watching Dark that whole lap. I wouldn't be surprised if that time stands the test of this session. That seemed like a pretty mistake-free lap from him.
Oh yeah, that was an incredible lap, but man, I feel like you've been robbed by Taramax a little bit.
Correct.
With him not wanting those slipstreams. You're actually going to have to enlighten me as to what's happened Season 4, because I remember Season 3, one of your first seasons, I think it was your first season actually racing in VFL, and you ended up almost like winning the championship. What's happened in Season 4?
A couple of things. I think I've missed 3 or 4 races now. I have not raced at all, and then I've also just gotten very busy with side jobs that I'm working throughout the day, so I just don't play the game anymore. Don't have the commitment that I was allowed in the last season. I had a lot of free time on my hands, was getting in practice sessions, stuff like that, but yeah, this season I've missed, I think, about over half the races, and then haven't known how to drive for the other ones, but it's alright. Last season was the one that I'll remember and look back fondly upon.
Yeah, that sounds like it was a brilliant last season. Honestly, it was insane. Season 3. I'm just watching Cole was epic. Actually, he sets the fastest Sector 2 time. And just quickly, I've just realised that you can do this. You click on Race Director, by the way, and you actually see the sector times for everybody's lap. So Dark Inferno set a 33.8. Cole was epic has set a 34.1. Why has it turned purple then? I don't know, right? It turns out it didn't set the fastest middle sector. The game's just glitched out. But anyway, yeah, so...
Swiss is on a PB coming into the final chicane right now. In fact, turning that second sector purple. He is only about a 10th up, so he won't be challenging pole from what I could tell, but it should put him into P4 above Tom Taylor on the mediums. There he goes.
And I have just realised this entire time.
Oh God, we'll restart the lobby for you.
Why didn't you call that out, PJ? Why didn't you right away, Carl? You just sound a little bit. Because
I haven't spoken to you in so long. I don't even know what's right or wrong.
That is a very good point. It's been a while. It has. It's been too long. Ah, dear. Well, I mean, you just had to end it on a mistake, I guess. That is normally me. But man, I'm just kind of finding if any driver. Mirko's invalidated. Tulip is going around the final corner right now, and he's 7/10 up, actually. I'm going to be watching Tulip.
Ooh, 7/10? That would put him in P3 if he can hold.
Yeah, exactly. About P3, P4, so this is going to be really interesting. Of course, doesn't get a slip on the back straight, which is worth like a 1/10.5. I
think this will be P3. Yep.
Wow, that's a really strong lap, a 107.173.
Yeah, meanwhile, Tristan also did sneak up into P2 with a very good lap, but I'm pretty sure that was Dark's lap from a while ago that is still staying up there, as I predicted. I don't know who's going to touch it, but, I mean, Tristan's the closest, and he's about 2/10 off. I did see Sky sneaking in P5 with a very good 107.50, but still...
Oh, hang on, there's been a spinner. I believe that is Dark Inferno himself. I'm not too sure if he's actually letting drivers through. He could be letting drivers through, to be honest.
But yeah, still 5 drivers with the out of time on the board. Of course, I'm going to be a little biased here, and I'm going to take a ride on board the Zimbabwe missile of Terramax as he begins his hot lap, hoping to get a good time. And I know he's hoping to see where his best stacks up against the best of Tier 1, so hopefully if he can deliver a good lap, not only will be good for Ferrari's chances, but will do well for a driver who has been relegated to Tier 2 for 2 seasons now, and I'm sure he will be itching to get back up into Tier 1.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm just following quite a few drivers. Just in front of Terramax is Oda. He's also on a flying lap. No, he isn't on a flying lap. I'm not too sure, actually, about Oda. I think he is on a flying lap.
Good analysis. Boy.
Yeah, I know. I haven't done this. I mean, I took a bit of a break from the commentary for a couple months ago, but I've done like 3 commentaries in a row now.
Something I do want to call out is, well, Terramax is coming around the final turn here. We'll see where his time is. I don't think he'll be challenging pole, but he did not make a mistake. Now he's even going to get a little bit of a slipstream from Oda. He has to go a little wide and really messy, actually. He goes up into P10, but not great from Oda there, trying to get out of the way. Yeah, now Oda's on 10% ERS, so he can't be starting a new lap, so no idea what Oda was doing there.
I'm not too sure.
One thing I do want to point out is Tom Taylor, who is not only, you know, obviously in P2 in the Drivers' Championship, but also probably the second best qualifier, down at P8 right now, and that is about to change. If I caught it correctly, he is about 8/10 up on his current time. That would send him into
Oh,
P2!
that is
Right above
incredibly
Tristan,
close.
still a tenth back.
Yeah, just about. Yeah, 2/10 maybe. I'm not too sure. Oh yeah, you're right. 1/10, 104 milliseconds. Man, that is insane.
Get on your shit, sticky boy.
Of course, I'm daydreaming right now. It's this heat. It's like what? I'm just gonna calculate real quick. It's like 80 degrees out here. Okay. Oh no, I'm literally saying that on purpose. I know that PJ will get he'll get a little bit angry if I turn around and say that like 80 degrees, 85 degrees is boiling hot.
I mean, you're just embarrassing yourself.
I know. I feel embarrassed myself, but it seems like America in general just has more diverse weather. You know, you got those incredible colds in New York. It's like absolute blizzards.
I mean, we're fucking big. We got a lot of land from Hawaii to Alaska, baby.
That is very true. I mean, I wouldn't quite count Hawaii.
Why would you not count Hawaii?
I guess you can count it. I'm just embarrassing myself, PJ.
Jesus. Wow, I apologize to all of our Hawaiian listeners. Jesus. I don't know what Sick Boy thinks you are, but apparently not a legitimate part of the glorious United
part
States.
of the United States. You're not an American citizen, according to me.
Dark ups his time by about a half second, and that will not be beaten. I do not think. I can't imagine. Tom Taylor may have it in him, but I mean, Dark's first time was fantastic. To beat it by, well, I think it was actually only 2/10 now that I'm looking at it, but still, to be up on it by 2/10, don't know if he could do better than that. Don't know if anyone else can do better than that. Someone I also do want to pay attention to, and again, I haven't been following the season closely, but I have sort of noticed that MLC or Mark, whatever he prefers to go by after being relegated into Tier 2, has come in as a sub for Tier 1 in a few races and just seemed to be in top form. I think I remember a podium somewhere.
I think that might have been Azerbaijan.
Sure, he is yet to get a time on the board yet, so he has had a fantastic streak of subbing.
Yeah, another driver who, sorry for interrupting, but another driver who I think has really come into his own this season is Tristan. I mean, you're talking about really good qualifiers, but Tristan has either like poled it or I think qualified in the top 3 almost every single round this season, and he's just absolutely insane. But also,
from what I've seen though, he does struggle with staying safe through the race. That may be unfair. Again, I'm not watching every race, but I feel like Tristan sometimes finds themselves in incidents, especially at the start of the race, which, you know, I can sort of understand. That is when the hands are most sweaty, most shaky, you're feeling a lot of pressure, especially if you're on the front row. So hopefully a season of getting that experience under his belt will help him come back next season and make a jump like Tom Taylor did into legitimate contenders here. Mark is off on a hot lap with just over 3 minutes left to go. And
that was
a
great lap from Steph. Yeah, he ended up improving by over a second there, and he's just binned it around the center X. Incredible. But yeah, I was just watching that lap actually, and I was like, oh, that actually looks pretty strong. And he ends up getting top 5. We're in the closing stages of qualifying right now. As soon as this yellow flag goes, we're going to be able to check just over 3 minutes left to qualifying. So I think most of the drivers are going to be leaving the pits. It's a short track in Lagos, so probably around the 2-minute mark everyone's going to be darting out the pits. But
I would recommend keeping an eye on Tom Taylor right now. He is in the pits for now, so no need to now, but he will be the one, again, obviously not only challenging for the Drivers' Championship, but challenging for this pole. I think he's going to come out, get one more lap in, and he will have to do it there, so that is going to be a fun one to watch with Dark's fantastic session set where it is.
Yeah, I'm just actually watching MOC's set his first lap on the board right now, and it's a pretty decent one. Puts in P11 actually, but I don't think he was pushing 100%. He was just warming up his tyres kind of, and now he's really going to be pushing. Definitely one to watch, especially because most people are coming in. Steph's coming in, Cole was Epic's on a flyer, he's about a quarter of a second up.
Mark is on a cooldown lap. I'm not sure if he's going to try to save up some battery. I don't know if he would come out with enough fuel to go around, but not this time.
Yeah, what's really interesting right now is Tristan is actually on a flying lap. He's about 1/10 up, meaning that he's going to steal P2 from Tom Taylor if Tom Taylor can't improve, of course, and he's actually really leaving it. Too. He's just leaving the pits right now with 2 minutes on the clock exactly. And I'm just watching, Tristan right now. He gets a little bit of oversteer outside of turn 9, I believe, or turn 8. And he's just coming around the final turn right now.
He's lost a little time. You see that? Just 700ths or so up now, which would not get the job done. He needs 800ths, more or less.
Yeah, he's going to be neck and neck.
Can he squeak out just a couple more in this final sector to jump into P2? It's going to be close.
No, he only improved by a couple milliseconds in the end. And Cole Was Epic has stopped his flying lap. Tulips also stopped his flying lap. Ghosty Riots is one to watch out right now. MOC is on his in lap. And so is Terramax, and Merco and JKS is just about equaling his flying laps. Let's go over to Ghosty Riots.
Tolop with the 5th-place grid ban. That is brutal.
Man, that's such a shame. Tullop is in the Hassan. What happened there? I think he ended up knocking into... Is that Tom Taylor? Yeah, it is. It's Tom Taylor just ahead of him. I think he knocked into him during... Tom Taylor's outlap. That seems harsh for knocking into a driver.
Tom's car looks to be okay, and Tom is going to take this checkered flag to the end. His teammate, all the way back down in P15, is on a flying lap now, so that's something to watch.
He goes P6, and I think the driver to watch right now, Tom Taylor, he's coming around the final corner right now.
Here he comes. A 106.744 is the time to be. We will need to see 2 tenths or at least a 1/10.5 improvement from Tom in order to do it. Last shot in Interlagos for the season finale. Can Tom stick it on pole, get ahead of Dark?
Oh, is that Merco? Merco's just ended up binning it at the end of the Senaresses, and in fact, Terramax has also retired around turn 4, I believe. You can see his carcass.
Tom is down a 10th or up a 10th. He's
I'm
not sure. No,
he's slower than a 10th. Yeah, he's 1/10 slower. So I actually am, kind of going to stop spectating him, because nice job, mate, is 800ths. Oh, and he's just invalidated around the center S. I can't believe it, but Steph, I'm pretty sure that's glitched out. It says that he's like 1 second. Oh no, 43 milliseconds down. And Swiss is on a flyer. How about Tom Taylor? Let's ping back to him.
Tom is about even on his time coming around the last chicane. He will not get pole. This will be Dark's to win. He will start in first with Tom right behind him. He'll have to defend. More importantly, he will have to stay on the track. Tom's only path to victory goes through a Dark DNF, it seems.
Oh, no! And right at the very end, Swiss. Sorry, I was just spectating Swiss. He was on a flyer, last car to cross the line, and he's just binned it. On the final turn, he just got a snap of oversteer and ended up losing his wing. But I think he was a couple tenths up on his fastest lap time, so... Man, that would have been so big. And I've just noticed, look at P5 all the way down to like P9. You're looking at about 90 milliseconds separating 5 drivers. That is insane, but... I think that's the conclusion of qualifying, PJ. Everybody else entering the pits. Nice job, mate, is just kind of crawling around, saving his tyres. And that's it.
I think it is, and this is a pretty good encapsulation of Dark's season so far. It has not been a lot of fanciness, a lot of tricks to it. He has just come out in the quali session, been the fastest, and then managed to stay in front. We'll see if he's able to do the same in the most important race of the season, but... I've got a good feeling he will.
Yeah, and I tell you what, we've got a bit of a big... Well, actually, this is crucial. I think Dark Inferno's just won the championship.
What?
Because he just got a pole. He just got a point for pole position, which put him 25 points ahead of Tom Taylor. If Dark Inferno DNFs and finishes 18th, he gets 3 points. That puts him 28 points ahead of Tom Taylor. And if Tom Taylor wins the race and gets fastest lap, he also gets 28 points. So the maximum amount of points Tom Taylor can get is 28. And if Dark Inferno DNFs, he will be 28 points ahead of Tom Taylor. So they'll be on equal points. And Dark Inferno's got 3 wins compared to Tom Taylor's 1 win. I think Dark Inferno's just won the championship. I don't know how this works.
Oh, what a pose to do it with.
Dude. I mean, look at that. He might as well just retire right now. He's just won it in qualifying. Ladies and gentlemen, he's won it with a pole position. What a conclusion to Season 4 of VFL. Don't forget to tune in on Sunday for Tier 2 Canada race. It's going to be pissing it down. Incredible. And then...
It's going to be what?
I said that on purpose. I absolutely love doing British little, British little acronyms. Yeah, it's going to be pissing it down in Canada, just like real life. Actually, it was a bit of a wet qualifying, but it's going to be like
Pissing
a full
it down?
wet, pissing it down. Yeah, when the sky starts urinating. I don't know. Peeing. There we go. That's the most American version.
Oh,
Exactly.
gonna make me take my headset off again.
Oh, there we go. I think I've finally fired him. Oh yeah.
Dark is not one. If he DNFs before 25% of the race, he receives 0 points.
Okay, so Dark Inferno, ladies and gentlemen, we know his strategy. He's going to be crawling around this track at about 1 mile an hour just to reach, what is that going to be? 36 laps. It's going to be about lap 9. And he wins the race on lap 9,
Yeah.
lap 10 of the race, yeah.
That was courtesy of Robert Diaz giving me that intel. So thank
nice.
you very much, Bobby.
Listening in. Oh yeah, I was just about to say, I was actually listening to, that commentary, final race of season 2, in which we saw Robert Diaz, funnily enough, in the comments right now, win the championship. And I, of course, did that embarrassing American accent. I was listening back to it, and you sounded like you were just losing your mind. You were like, oh dear. It was absolutely incredible.
That was in... I thought that was for the Tier 2 championship, though, so Robert wouldn't have been in it.
You make a good point there, Peter. I'm not too sure. I'm not too sure what championship it is. I'm losing my mind right now. I told you it's the heat. I'm going to check my phone.
I think I do remember when Robert won it here in Season 2, your voice was, like, reaching extraterrestrial levels of,
yeah, extraterrestrial.
of pitch.
Yeah.
Coming in radio frequencies.
Man.
Very high.
It is 72 degrees right
Shut
now.
up.
72 degrees right now in Peterborough.
That is
that's a cold winter's day in Milwaukee.
72 is
Wisconsin.
like ideal weather.
It is.
Ideal.
I think you're right. Oh man, ladies and gentlemen, I feel like I need to stop saying ladies and gentlemen, but
I mean, you won't be saying it much more, so get it all out.
I might as well just end the championship with a bit of a ladies and gentlemen world record. How
The
many
whole
times
lot
can I
of
say
ladies
it?
and gentlemen.
A
Yeah,
load
yeah.
of ladies and gentlemen's. I might as well mix it up and say gentlemen and ladies. I might as well say mesdames and messieurs if I really want to show off the French.
Hey, you
you're
want to
actually...
try?
Oh yeah.
You want to try stealing mine and saying ladies and germs? That's a fun one.
Oh yeah. I'm not gonna lie. I actually never heard ladies and germs in my life, and then no, honestly,
it's from an old movie.
yeah, it's so strange. But then I was watching like TV, and honestly, it's like 3 times in a week after you first
really?
said ladies and germs. Never heard it in my life. I hear ladies and germs. In like a video game I was playing, a TV show I was watching, and I was like, does everybody in America just say ladies and germs? Like, it was from a TV show. You're gonna have to explain that.
Well, no, it's from an old movie, a movie from the 80s, I think. And there's a character that's a game show host, and that's how he welcomes this fictional game show. Is
Oh wow.
welcome, ladies and germs, and I always tickled my fancy. Thought it was
Tickled your
little
fancy.
funny.
Very English acronym right there. I think I'm starting to rub off a bit on PJ. He's going to start drinking tea, going to start getting the Jaffa cakes out. I don't know.
No,
Maybe.
it's just all the Taskmaster I watched.
Oh yeah, of course. Just real quick, I've just realised that actually we've got like 7 drivers starting on 6 drivers starting on mediums. Anyway, I'm going to take it right at the very top. Dark Inferno in P1, of course, as the lights count down. And the season 4 finale is underway, ladies and gentlemen, and it's a pretty equal start between the top 2 drivers. In fact, almost every single driver gets a pretty equal start. But it's Cole Epic. It's actually going around the outside of Nice Job Mate for P6, and he ends up losing a couple of positions. Connor Kidd ends up gaining a couple of positions through the centre rest right there, and it's pretty even.
Toe up one off in turn 1, so he's a big loser from this start.
Yeah, and it's pretty even down the entire grid. In fact, Tristan goes wide through turn 4, and that allows Mirko to get a better exit. He's going to try and stick his nose. Oh, what happened?
Jono in the Alpine going for a move on Oda, but just couldn't hold the tires, goes into the wall and is now sort of swerving back and forth around the track, and Terramax is going to go off the track to overtake him in classic Max form. I love to see it.
Oh man, that's a crazy incident. It's a shame I wasn't able to catch it. I'm just watching Tristan and Mirko go side by side through turn 9, and they almost took each other out then. Mirko got a snap of oversteer. That was a close one. But yeah, for Dark Inferno so far, it seems to be pretty plain sailing on what Dark says is his least favourite track. And there's a massive crash at the back of the grid.
Terramax is out.
Swiss is out. JKS is out. Terramax is out. Terramax has just clipped into Tulip. I think he's lost his wing as well. And a yellow flag sector 3, but no safety car or VSC. I can't believe it. About 3 or 4 cars have just taken each other out. Yeah, MOC, Jono, JKS. Not JKS, but Tulip and Terramax have all ended up hitting each other. I have no idea how Swiss has survived that. It was backwards.
Man, the start of this grid is beautiful. They are sticking very, very close to each other. Most notably, Tom is not losing any pace on Dark. Very clear that Tom is going to be hanging with the Ferrari and will most likely be overtaking him after these Senna S's at the start of lap 3 once that DRS comes into play. But a very good 1 through 11, really, all very close.
Yeah,
good looking
extremely
race.
so. Yeah, get used to that train. It is Interlagos after all, but I feel like Tom Taylor, look at him, he's glued to the back of that Ferrari in front, and I feel like once DRS opens up, he's really going to be able to make a move on Dark into turn 4.
We'll see how close he can stick, and he's going to be 3/10 at the start of this straight. He's going to be coming right up onto Dark's gearbox at the end, and it's all about taking these Senna S's a little wide so that you get that exit with this DRS. Let's see how Tom can play this. And he goes a little too much on the inside, and he blows the first opportunity to get
in fact,
Dark,
this is giving Tristan an opportunity to pop the DRS, but it's not enough. He's actually losing time to Tom Taylor into turn 4. And just looking down the grid, there's no real battles happening down the entire grid, so you might as well just stay on with Tom Taylor.
Yeah, and I wonder what the setup differences are going here, because that is somewhere that you would be able to tell if Tom is gaining on the straights, but then struggling to have good exits through the Senna S's.
Yeah.
With a low amount of downforce, but time will tell. Something to check on regardless. Tom is caught right back up to the gearbox of Dark very quickly, and he will have the same opportunity that he did last lap coming out of this one. I would expect, once again, about a half second back going into the final turn, and he'll be about 3/10, I'm guessing, at the end of this straight.
Yeah, he'll have DRS this time, so we'll get even closer probably. Probably be right on the back of Dark Inferno, in fact. And he's gaining. And is he going to go for a move? Yeah, he is. He's going to fake the outside, switch back to the inside, and he's about a car's length ahead before the braking zone. He taps into Dark, who gets pushed onto the grass. But now Dark's going to have DRS as they make their way neck and neck through the Senna S's. Only 1.5 tenths of a second separating the two drivers. Dark is going to pop the DRS. Tom Taylor on the inside, Dark on the outside, and they're side by side into the braking zone. Tom Taylor glues himself to the inside line, and Dark Inferno manages to stay side by side through turn 4, through turn 5, and now they're side by side through the right hander of turn 6. And Dark Inferno once again is going to take the inside line. Tom Taylor cannot get the grip, and Dark Inferno, Tom Taylor ends up missing his braking zone and clipping the back of Dark, and I think Dark has got P1.
This is something to discuss, is how aggressive will Tom Taylor race, not only in going for overtakes, but really doing a little bit of rubbing and forcing contact, because he knows that, as dirty as it may seem, the only way he can win is if Dark does not finish this race. So if Tom can get it, sort of bait him into an incident that
Dark Inferno's just gone wide. I literally just almost had a heart attack right then. I felt my body sink. Dark almost binning it on the exit of the final corner, side by side into the Senna S's. Dark on the inside, Tom on the outside. Tom gets a far superior exit, but I feel like Dark maybe let him through there. But look at Mirko real quick. This is more important. Right on the back of Tristan, who's right on the back of Dark Inferno. Dark's had an issue with his DRS, I think, and Tristan's able to go side by side with Dark into turn 4, but he's not able to get a good exit. And in fact, there's a bit of a clip between Tristan and Mirko. Tristan gets oversteer. Mirko pulls through into 3. And in fact, Connor Kidd is now making a move on Tristan. Tristan loses 2 positions. The 2 Red Bulls both slipped by Tristan, but Tristan's now dive bombed into turn 5. And now he's side by side with Connor Kidd around this really weird slow left-hander. Slowest corner on the track. And Tristan is still going to be side by side with Connor Kidd into the right-hander, and that is going to be Tristan in. Oh, hang on, they're really pushing each other right onto the curb. They're side by side for the entire lap, ladies and gentlemen.
I mean, this is some incredible racing, absolutely to the edge, but each driver has just enough space to make it work, and they are making it work. They're going to come down the main straight side by side.
Both drivers get DRS. I think Connor Kidd picked it up off Mirko, and Connor Kidd's going to get far superior exit from the final turn. And that means...
Man, what good racing, though.
Yeah, man, that's crazy. Connor Kidd in P4 now, but will Tristan be able to get maybe a better exit from the center S's? No, he actually screws up the center S's, and that is the end of the battle. Man, that was really something.
And Dark, so what? He needs to make 25% of the race, which is, of course, 9 laps. So that is his checkered flag, really.
Yeah, only about, 4 laps to go, including this one. And then we might as well just announce it right there. Dark Inferno World Champion. You love to see it. But Mirko's now making a dive bomb down the inside of turn 6 on Dark Inferno. And he makes the position. But Dark he almost got spun around. Dark somehow catches onto it. And Tristan has... Oh, I can't believe it. I don't know what happened. Was that an incident with another driver? I'm not too sure, but he's trying to... Yeah, he's trying to get out.
It was almost... Tristan was watching Dark control his spin and then just went into a spin of his own. Absolutely no contact. Just too much on the throttle and not paying attention.
Nice job, mate. And he's now side by side with Cole Epic down the home straight. I don't know what happened to Dart, but he's just lost 4 positions actually after that incident.
I can tell you what happened. I think, he got a little spin there, and I'm sure, now he's letting stuff through. I think he wanted to make sure that he didn't push his tires too much, which were already a little hot from that spin, and so he figures, I don't give a shit about P2 to P7. I just need to keep racing.
I think you're right. By him. I think he's had a bit of an epiphany.
Meanwhile, are dueling for P2 very close. This has allowed Tom Taylor to just somehow create a 2.5 second gap, and now he is driving off into the sunset at Interlagos.
Yeah, exactly. Connor Kidd and Mirko, 2 RBs battling a bit. No team orders here because both drivers are about middle of the field, middle of the table when it comes to the Drivers' Championship. So, yeah, no team orders. But, man, Dark Inferno is just letting everyone through. He's only got 2.5 laps to go. But Tom Taylor, it must feel bad for Tom Taylor to win the final race of the championship, and it's still not be enough for the World Championship. It's really bad, unfortunately, for Tom Taylor, but hey, we got an entire race ahead of him, and I'm sure he'll be happy with a victory regardless. I'm not actually too sure about Dark Inferno. I feel like he's going so slow. I'm not too sure, like, you're right, he's probably letting people through, but there could be some wing damage there, like, secretly. I'm not too sure.
I don't know.
3.6 seconds slower that lap.
I think when you're spinning right there as he was, I think the whole season sort of flashes for your eyes, so to speak, and now Dark is like... Because we were messaging in the Ferrari chat, and Dark said, we're all good, I don't DNF. And so I think after he had that little spin, he may be thinking, let me cool it on the confidence and up the safety a little bit. Let me just bring this home and bring the championship back to Maranello.
Absolutely, but at the same time, if Dark Inferno does DNF before the end of lap 9, Tom Taylor has to win the race and get the fastest lap in order to win the championship. So all it requires is for Taramax to bang on the softs, for his teammate on the final lap of the race and pick those 2 points. I'm not too sure. Yeah, he definitely will. I think it will be really tough for Tom Taylor to get the fastest lap when everyone's going to be boxing for softs. But I don't think we're going to have to talk about that for much longer, because in exactly 1 lap's time, we're going to be at the end of lap 9, and Dark Inferno would have won the championship. But look at Mirko real quick. He's going for a move down the inside of turn 1 on his Red Bull teammate, and they're actually going to be side by side throughout the Senna S. And, oh, look at that. Connor Kidd. Oh, no, he doesn't. Mirko does get DRS. And let's see if he's able to make a move.
Mate joining the fray. Yes, he's on the inside of all 3 of them, but it is 3 wide going in here. They'll have to make it fit. And
it is spun around, and a load of people have been taken out. I think that was Steph who had to go out completely wide through turn 4 in order to avoid Nice Job Mate. I just noticed Nice Job Mate completely spinning in pirouettes after that. I'm not too sure what happened, but yeah, you were right. I think 3 wide into turn 4. Connor Kidd was pushed onto the grass. And nice job, mate, has ended up worst off of them all. Oh, dear. Man, that was insane. But yeah, once again, the racing, it kind of calms down a little bit. You'll see a trend about this, ladies and gentlemen, that with the train, you've got some nice calm moments in Brazil every so often. But real quick, can we just notice the fact that Dark Inferno is literally about to win the championship by scoring 2 points for finishing P18 or above as soon as he crosses the line.
He does it. Congratulations to Dark Inferno.
There we go. Dark Inferno has won the World Championship, and for you ladies and gentlemen out there watching the stream that are confused, Dark Inferno is leading the championship by such a level. All he had to do was score a single point today in order to win the championship, and he has scored a single point, because if he DNFs now and finishes P18, he'll score 3 points and win the championship. So he's won the championship. So congrats to Mr. Dark Inferno 373. I wonder if he'll retire from the race now. Go off and revise for his A-levels, AS exams tomorrow.
I don't think so.
Oh, but man, that must feel good for the Ferrari driver. But we've still got a Constructors' Championship, even though the Drivers' Championship might be over. I'm just quickly checking Constructors. So Ferrari are actually leading Mercedes by 42 points, but Tom Taylor winning. If Dark Inferno can't string it together, Taramax all the way down in P17, they could easily get those 42 points. Unfortunately, nice job, mate, now in P13. Not too sure. Anyway, the two Red Bulls, by the way, are still battling. Mirko's just taken P2 into turn 1. And, yeah, I'm not too sure what's going to happen, but Cole Was Epic is right behind P2 and P3 right now. And you know what happened last time? They went 3 wide into turn 4. Absolute chaos. Luckily this time though, I think Cole Was Epic has learned his lesson a bit and he's a little bit more patient into turn 4. But yeah, Cole Was Epic incredibly close to Connor Kidd in P4 right now. And in fact, a bit of a train is forming all the way from Mirko in P2. Of course, Tom Taylor leading the race by almost 4 seconds right now. But yeah, Mirko in P2 all the way down to, I think you can really string Dark Inferno into that, just about outside of DRS in P7. Man, it's going to be interesting, this one. Especially with Connor Kidd. I think he's the one to watch. He's about 4 tenths behind Mirko. He just gets a great exit from the final turn, and he's got the DRS. And is he actually going to eye up a move? He is going to eye up a move. He ends up going for the outside and almost off the track into turn 1, but he's decided not to go for a move into turn 1, and he gets a poor exit through the centre S's, I'm not going to lie, and that has actually allowed Cole Was Epic to be even closer to Connor Kidd. It's not enough, but by the way, Mirko is now harvesting.
Mirko's defending very aggressively as well. He is not giving Connor any window.
Yeah, absolutely. But you know what I'm going to notice? You know what I'm going to say? Mirko, his red light on the back of his car started blinking, meaning he's got less than 10% battery juice left. Whereas Connor Kidd's sitting on about 20 or 30. Cole Was Epic has basically got a full tank. Yeah, but Cole Was Epic with a full tank. He could use that down that turn 4 straight and take both of those drivers. No chance. So, yeah, this is going to be crazy. This is going to be crazy for Cole Was Epic. And also, Connor Kidd, by the way, I've only just noticed, he's actually got a 3-second time penalty for multiple track infringements. So, yeah, Cole Was Epic already up into P3, I guess. Oh, hang on, Connor Kidd is going for a move down the inside of turn 1 on Mirko, and he is able to get P2. And Mirko is going to get about an equal exit through the centre S's. In fact, he almost loses the car through that left-hander, that turn 3. And
that yellow flag is for Max, who spun off.
Oh man, that is a shame. He's right at the back. He's almost been lapped by Tom Taylor. That's a shame for Taramax. It was a pretty strong qualifying from him, but an early incident in the race, and it's just dropped his momentum. Not good. JKS Racing, by the way, entering the pits, and he's on a fresh set of mediums. I don't think he changed his wing. I think we're just about reaching the crossover point for the tyres. So, Mirko, he gets a pretty even exit between the two Red Bulls. Tarmac DNFing in the pits, by the way, so no yellow flags are going to be called. Tom Taylor's got a 5-second time penalty for accidentally speeding into the pit lane. Really easy pit lane to speed in Brazil because it's just so fast. He bangs on the medium set on lap 14, and that means Mirko and Konica, the two RBs, are going to be battling. Oh man, very interesting for Tom Taylor. I'm sure he will want a... Hang on, what's happening in the pit lane? Everybody's just stopped. Oh no, Tom Taylor's been stuck behind Tarmac! I can't believe it! Ladies and gentlemen, Tarmac retired in the pits. Do you remember that Tarmac retired in the pits? When you retire in the pits, your car just parks itself in the middle of the pit lane, and Tom Taylor was stuck behind Tarmac for about 15 seconds, waiting for his car to disappear so that he could continue driving. I can't believe that. Honestly, that is... Imagine if Tom Taylor was battling for the championship right now, and that's what cost him the... That's what cost him the win. I mean, you gotta be angry if you were Tom Taylor. I've never seen that happen before in my life. I can't believe that. Oh, but man, bad luck, I guess, for Tom Taylor. He's now all the way down in P11, and it kind of means that the top drivers of like Konica and Mirko are basically going to get a free pit stop on Tom Taylor now. In fact, Konica lost it! Konica's just lost it through the centre rest, and he got a snap of oversteer through the centre rest, and he's completely lost it, and he's now struggling to rejoin the track. He lets through the Alfa Romeo Sky, and now he's back on the track, but yeah, all the way down in P6. In fact, he loses a position to Oda and Darsan.
Oh no!
Oh, side by side between Dark and Mirko through turn 4, and they're going side by side through turn 5. That flick right-hander, and they're banging wheels through turn 5. It's Mirko on the inside, but Dark gets the better exit. Mirko's still on the inside, but Dark Inferno gets a full car's length through the left-hander of turn... I don't know what turn it is. I'm not even going to pretend like I do.
And I do want to let you know that after Connor Kidd rejoined the track, something with his tires just must have been steaming. He seemed to be driving in a near straight line, but he did lose it again, and even harder. So he went into the wall very, very hard. He will be completely out of contention for this race.
Yeah, I think he's lost his wing. Man, that is really a shame. Dark Inferno enters the pits. Is he able to stop his car in time? Just about. It was a really good pit entry for Dark Inferno. A lot of time to be gained from pit entry. And this time, Dark Inferno, by the way, isn't going to have a Tarmac retired blocking his way, meaning he's probably actually going to come out just about equal with Tom Taylor. I mean, look at how much, if you didn't already believe it, ladies and gentlemen, how much time Tom Taylor lost behind Tarmac in the pits. He was leading the race by about 4 seconds. He's now come out of the pits behind Dark Inferno.
Close. I think Dark is going to have cold tires as Tom catches up to him on this straight. Tom may be trying to take the battle to him early, but yeah, Dark does get out in front thanks to that move by Tarmac. Once again, Tarmac being a better teammate for Dark than he ever has been for me, so love to see that.
Yeah, I just realised Tarmac's been a pretty clutch teammate by retiring in the pits at the perfect time. And I've just noticed Cole Was Epic is actually leading the race right now. He's somehow gotten past Mirko. I think due to the amount of juice he's got. Still on 90% capacity. What a man.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Tom Taylor just oversteered nearly into the grass. He did control it, but he has lost DRS for sure from Dark.
Oh, hang on. A lot of drivers entering the pits. Cole, Mirko, and there's a bit of a battle between Oda and... Oh, in fact, Oda has entered the pits, meaning that Darsan's gotten through, so it means that the only driver yet... No, in fact, every soft driver, has pit, and Sky is now provisionally leading the race because he's on the alternate strategy. By the way, bit of a battle here between Swiss and Darsan. Swiss breaks extremely late into turn 4 and is able to get P2, and he just ends up clipping Darsan. Darsan was on the inside of Swiss into turn 5, and he ends up clipping it, but Darsan extremely well kept. His car was literally sideways, and he was somehow able to straighten it back up, which you rarely see in this game. And now Dark Inferno is stuck behind a Ghosty Riot, who is on an alternate strategy. I think he's yet to pit. Dark's not going to be happy with that, especially with Tom Taylor closing in about a 10th of corner right now. Man, I am getting all blocked up. My nose is absolutely congested. So I'm going to
Dark right on the gearbox of Ghosty Riots. Should have him down the straight.
And Ghosty pulls into the pit. No, he doesn't actually. He kind of fakes that pit lane a little bit.
Yeah.
I'm not too sure what happened there. They're going side by side. Ghosty Riots decides to brake extremely late, and they're still side by side. And in fact, he ends up almost getting hit off by Dark Inferno. They were banging wheels through turn 1 right now, but it means Dark Inferno is able to get P3, but Ghosty Riots is able to get DRS. And he's almost run out of battery, but it doesn't matter. They're going side by side through turn 4. Dark on the inside. Ghosty decides to brake earlier, try and get the cut back, but it isn't enough. And Dark Inferno gets P3. Oh dear. And now Steph is right behind Mirko. They're both battling for P1, I believe. I just noticed, I think there's been an incident with Cole was Epic, because he was in front of Mirko. He's now behind by about 1.5 seconds. Because this is the battle for P1 right now between Mirko and Steph, and of course Tom Taylor and Dark Inferno are in there. I can't believe it. But Dark Inferno is actually leading the race. Of course, Darsan and Sky on alternate strategies. But yeah, this is mad. Yeah, so Dark and Tom battling for P1. Tom's of course got that 5-second time penalty for speeding. And Mirko and Steph are battling for P2. And Cole was Epic has lost quite a bit of time. I'm not too sure what happened. I think the one to watch right now is actually Steph. He's just exiting the Senna S and he's got DRS on Mirko. They're about half a second between the two drivers. Mirko's not got DRS. He's not got a lot of ERS either. But it's not enough. And we're getting a bit of a quiet moment right now on track. PJ, what do you...
I think we are.
Yeah, what are you thinking? Are you still kind of working on in the background of the race, or...?
Not really. I've done enough work for today, so I'm just chilling.
Oh, nice. It's good to hear. What time is it right now? It's like... Oh, yeah, of course, it's like 2 o'clock in the afternoon in the United States, isn't it?
It is, in my part of it. It is.
Yeah.
It's 3 o'clock.
3 o'clock, there we go. So... Yeah, very interesting when you run out of things to commentate about. You gotta keep the commentary going at all times, you see.
Oh dear.
Okay, look, in my defence, when it gets boring in a real F1 race, David Croft does start talking about some weird stuff. So
that is true. That is true.
Mirko.
Here we go. Here's some action. Mirko coming right out the back of Ghosty Riots down to the Senna straight. I don't know if it's called the Senna straight, but you know, he gets P5. Good move from Mirko.
He gets P5. Ghosty, of course, on the alternate strategy, so he's actually all the way down in like P12 right now. But oh dear, Dark Inferno. He's trying to make a move on Darsan, who's also on the alternate strategy. Man, that was the type of vigour. Oh, hang on, Dark just got a massive snap of oversteer right there. Trying to overtake Darsan. Darsan actually being a very good driver. Lets both Dark and Tom Taylor through, and now Tom and Dark, the two championship protagonists, are now actually right behind each other. Tom's right up Dark's gearbox, and he's going to get DRS into turn 1. And yeah, this is going to be quite interesting. Absolutely neck and neck right now. He's gone for the inside line. He's run out of ERS. Dark's got way more ERS. Dark, of course, lets him through turn 1, gets the better exit out turn 2, but Tom Taylor is just like completely broken in the middle of the Senna S, and it means that Dark Inferno has gotten a much better exit, but he's actually just like banged the back of Tom Taylor's car. In fact, I don't think it's going to be enough. Tom Taylor and Dark are now side by side through turn 4. Tom Taylor on the inside. Dark gets pushed onto the curbing, and Tom Taylor gets through, even without DRS. So yeah, props to Tom Taylor there. That was actually a pretty good move. Oh, hang on, he's broken once again. He keeps on brake testing Dark. I'm not too sure why. But yeah, Dark had to slam on the anchors right there in order to not take his wing out. That was very interesting. And that's allowed Mirko, by the way, to catch up.
Well, Dark Inferno may have won.
Oh, Tom Taylor's just lost it! He's just lost it!
Oh, no.
I can't believe it. Tom Taylor, who was destined to win this race, has just ended up losing it on the exit of like turn 8 or something. It's that really tight right-hander, one of the slowest tracks on the track, one of the slowest corners on the track. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm losing my mind. And he's all the way down in P11, and in fact he's got a 5-second time penalty for a severe collision with Swiss. Has he just taken Swiss out? Not too sure. Mirko gets the lead of the race from Dark Inferno. By the way, Mirko is like legitimately winning the race right now. Dark Inferno gets a slap of oversteer through turn 1, and that means that Mirko is leading the race by about 3 seconds. Of course, Dark Inferno is sitting there with a penalty. And Cole Was Epic and Darsan are actually going side by side through turn 4. Cole Was Epic gains P5. Yeah, very, very interesting this race. So yeah, once again, PJ, we can talk. Obviously, final commentary, if you don't know, I'm not going to be getting the F1 22 game when it first comes out. Meaning, I'm going to be missing a couple of seasons of VFL, I think, until I'm back on the track or in the commentary box. And by the time I do get the game in October, it's probably unlikely that I'm going to be commentating. And PJ also, I'm not too sure if you're going to be commentating in October. So
no, probably not.
Yeah, probably not. So this is the final opportunity, the final time Sick Boy and PJ share a commentary box. I can just see him. He's only about 2 feet away from me, swiveling on his chair around in circles. We've breathed the same air for such a long time. It's going to be very lonely when you go, PJ. It's going to, well, when I go, actually. It's, I'm sure the commentary box isn't going to be the same.
Likewise, Sick Boy, likewise. Well, we have Gooder's shout out, who will carry the torch for us. Hopefully he's still in and around. He does a great job for us here, the people's commentator, so we're leaving it in good hands.
Absolutely, man. From humble beginnings, the VFL commentary team, you know, PJ starting out in season 1. I hadn't even heard any of his commentaries until about the final race of the season. And then, and then he joined, and then Dark Inferno, who could forget? Dark Inferno commentated the second half of the season with you.
True.
First time we had
good
2
times.
commentators. That was good times. That was good times. And then you obviously were joined by the season 1 world champion, TRT Sick Boy. And then of course, season 2, Sick Boy decides to race again, and you're back on your own. Who actually joined you in season 2?
Probably was by myself. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm not too
Sky
sure.
and Nice are racing. Oh,
And
no,
then-
Sky just got by him on the straight. Never mind. Sorry, trying to
nice.
find some action to follow.
Oh yeah, Cole Was Epic.
Cole is going to be making a move on the center straight, as it's famously called.
Excellent. I'm gonna find the name. It's definitely not the center straight. I know that.
It should be. Give him 2 turns and a straight. Come on.
Interlagos.
Yeah. So, well, I suppose Dark and Mirko are still battling it out for P1. Dark does have 3 seconds of penalties to him, so Mirko.
Oh, hang on. Jono's just DNF. 5-second time penalty.
Yeah, he spun. He spun back in Sector 3 and then decided to call it a day.
Oh man, I wanted a bit of drama. Tom Taylor's just absolutely binned it. Well, not quite. He's just done a bit of a pirouette through the center S's, but he got so much torque out of that corner that his car literally looked like it was about to blow up. I'm not gonna lie. In fact, Tom Taylor, who was leading the race by like 4 seconds at one point, is about to be lapped by our current 2 leaders of the race, Dark Inferno and Mirko. They're battling once again. Mirko on the inside into turn 4. Dark Inferno brakes early, tries to get the better exit, and so far it's actually working for him. They're going to be, not quite, side by side into turn 5. They've just gone down the Rita Aposta, PJ, not the center straight. The Rita Aposta. I feel like we're going to have to call it the center straight. A bit like he called it the Eau Rouge straight. At the top of Eau Rouge, of course. The straight.
I did not.
Yes, you did.
No, I didn't. When did it? No, I didn't.
The straight at the top of Eau Rouge, and Radiani called it the Radion straight. I loved it.
What is it? The Camel straight?
It is. Yes, PJ. That's what I want to hear. He's learning. But
yeah,
no, it was the Radion straight. I do remember the same race in which you called out the first sponsor, of course, of VFL, Myers Sausages. The best meat.
Doesn't exist.
What? Hang on, you told me that Myers Sausages did exist in Milwaukee.
I know. I've tried to like sort of mention this to you a few times, but no, I just made that name up.
I feel betrayed.
You ran with it so hard that I didn't want to outright tell you.
Oh no, I feel so betrayed right now. Oh dear, I thought I was Google imaging my sausages. They actually exist, it turns out. I was showing him pictures of my sausages. I was like, PJ, are these the sausages? You know, I want to come to Milwaukee. I want to try out these sausages.
Yeah, I know. I think there is some Meyer sausages that's like based in Texas, but no, up here it's Johnsonville. Johnsonville is what would sponsor us if we're being serious.
Oh, what if you want a sausage
That one is
sponsor?
not made up.
Oh, okay.
Actually, I guess even more local would be Usingers.
Oh, wow.
An old German company based in Milwaukee. Mirko zooming past Dark for P1. They've been traded in that position back and forth, and Mirko has also picked up a set of penalties in the last few laps, so now these two on even ground. Let me just go and check to make sure that, yeah, they're both at 3 seconds. So these two are battling for the win on track. However, Cole was Epic just 2 seconds back from Dark would be the one to sit atop the podium as it stands right now. So can still have a little excitement for us at the end.
Yeah, and of course, if any driver does decide the two-stop, which if I was Cole right now, I think he's in a perfect position to do so. Darsan, by the way, pitting. That's why he's lost a couple positions. But yeah, so if any driver does decide to go for the two-stop, they're going to be pitting around lap 27, lap 28, because the softs last about 12 laps. My brother's calling me. Hang on a sec, PJ. You're going to have to solo this.
No, boy, you can keep him on mic. We all know Chills.
That is very true. Who could forget Chills F1, of course, one of the worst drivers in VFL history.
Hey!
Oh, hang on. Right, hang on a sec.
Oh my god. What a joke this is. Dark, meanwhile, taking the P1 back from Mirko. Back and forth they go as Cole was Epic gets closer and closer as they do.
Go ahead.
Hello, world.
That's it. Hello. The whole world says hello, Chills. Yeah, really the only battle still ongoing is the one for P1. Rest of the way down, things seem to be pretty tame, seem to be settled. Only 15 drivers left on the grid. Tristan's making a move up to P10. Good for him. And Dark this time a little too far back to get the custom overtake into turn 1, so he may have to maximize his exit here coming out of the S. See if he can catch Mirko. But Mirko taking it pretty well. Seems to have a good amount of grip around those two corners. He will stay in P1, and Dark will still have to chase him from behind. Cole is Epic still within range, though, as long as he does not pick up a penalty. Ooh. Ghosty Riot seems to have lost it. His Alfa Romeo teammate will overtake him. Sick boy, do I hear you breathing again?
Yeah, you hear me breathing because I hope you enjoyed that little cameo there from Season 1, 2, 3 and 4. Worst driver in VFL. Chills F1.
You do know we could only hear... I just heard him say hello, that was it.
Yeah, that was his cameo. He just said hello.
Okay, okay, great. I didn't know I was missing.
Yeah, that was it. He phoned me to say that it wasn't an emergency, by the way. He phoned me to say that he had just bought PS Plus Premium because it only cost him 50p for 5 days. So there you go.
Oh, fantastic. Any other real banal family updates you wanna give us on the stream?
My dog's looking very cute right now. I think I posted a picture of it onto the VFL Discord a very long time ago. It's grown a lot right
my
now.
My brother just got a new pair of shoes. Does that fit?
Oh yeah, what was the guy who, honestly, I absolutely loved that. I kept on rewinding it. It was like the Italian, I think it was the Italian Grand Prix, Monza race, Season 1 of VFL. Some random guy shouted in the background, in an Italian voice, "It's a Sigaboy!"
I think that one was, that would have been, when I was down in Chicago staying with some friends.
That was it.
That was some buddies. And this is a strictly family update section of the race.
I thought that was your brother. I was about to say, is it the man who does an incredible Italian accent? By the way, Tom Taylor has lost his wing. I don't think it can go any worse for him because he's now just gotten a 10-second time penalty for drifting across the grass.
Does take back P1, but again, Kolozepic is the one who's in the true P1 right now. He is still within reach.
Yeah, man, that's insane. So any more family matters then, PJ? Come on, what about, let me think of something. What about the Milwaukee economy? How's it going? How's the trucking business going along?
I don't know what to...
It was a genuine question, but okay.
You know, this is good. This is good. Yeah. On our way out, we just make sure that everybody is very relieved that we're leaving. So
that's what we should do. Maybe I should get back the American accent. You know, leave on a low.
Yes, you should. You should. Mirko, by the way, ruining the last chance for excitement in this race, has picked up another 3-second penalty. So he will be third, most likely, almost certainly on the podium. And Kolozepic still within 3 seconds of Mr. Dark, so he should be on a route to a win, but no bigger win.
When Kolozepic won that race in Baku, and we were like, whoa, it's his first ever VFL win, and then we checked the standings, he'd already won like 3 races that season. Oh dear. I think that was Cole, or was it Connor Kid? I'm not too sure, but that was...
I think it was Connor.
Another muck-up by Sick Boy. Yeah. Look, if we just list off all of the mistakes that we've made over the last 2 seasons of commentary, it's a lot, okay? Remember, I did Tier 2 in Season 2, almost every race.
You today had to be reminded to switch to Spectator.
I still have to be reminded to switch Spectator. If you missed the first half of the stream, for about half of qualifying, I was using my headphone mic, not my actual mic.
There you go. I've been pretty perfect. I don't really make any mistakes ever.
He's humble as well, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah. That's another great attribute of mine.
Yeah. His humble and modesty.
But we balance each other out. You know how it's like good cop, bad cop? This is like good commentator,
bad commentator. You know, I think I bring the comedy, I bring the American accent, I bring the looks. I think that PJ brings the knowledge, he brings the vocabulary,
deep race IQ, deep track knowledge. I've lived the sport, you know.
Yeah, I think he brings, this is literally the opposite of the actual real life descriptions of ourselves. I think that I bring the F1 knowledge and the vocabulary, like saying penultimate, and you were like, oh, who says penultimate? I'm like, I say it at least 5 times a day.
No, it's not that who says penultimate, it's that everyone says penultimate, and I don't get why there's not a word for, like, third to last and fourth to last. Why is it only second to last gets this fancy word that has no cousin, no brother in the dictionary? That
is very true. I guess it is brothers with last.
Yeah, but they're not, like, phonetically.
No, it's very true. But yeah, and then PJ, of course, brings the looks. Of course, that one picture he posted of his face on the VFL Discord. Oh,
you still got that up in your bedroom?
Yeah. You're right, putting it off. I've still got it on the ceiling, actually, of my bedroom. So every time I open my eyes in the morning, first thing I see is PJ's face. It's beautiful, honestly. I'm like, I haven't slept the same since, honestly. It's like, whew. I can't sleep because I'm just staring at the ceiling all day. It's beautiful. It really is. First thing I see in the morning, last thing I see at night. It's really, truly the best way to begin your day, ladies and gentlemen, is with a picture of PJ.
And we can try to wrap it back up, because now the first thing Dark will be seeing in the morning and the last thing he will be seeing at night is a gold name on the Discord.
Yeah,
congratulations to him, his second of his career in VFL, but this one surely quite a bit sweeter, as last time he was the champion of constructors alongside with the drivers champion of Robert. This time it will be all his own. It is Robert who is sort of riding the coattails of the Ferrari teammate to a gold name, but congratulations to them both. I think it is pretty much all wrapped up. Mercedes with a real bummer of a drive today. Both of those guys leading the back of the grid here. So a fantastic season from two. Oh my lord, Tom just cannot keep it on track at the moment.
Oh man, he's lost it again. And he's
fantastic season from what could be called two young hot shots in the league, but clearly still a lot to learn as Dark does take this one. He gets the best of this battle, but will be fun to watch as the new game comes in with the new cars, just as in real life. And Tom is just having himself a day.
He is. He's just
getting a full tour of this track, all of its infields.
Yeah, all of the grass and everything. I've never seen the grass so up close. 10-second time penalty again. I think he's determined to get disqualified from his final ever F1 2021 race. I feel like he's really trying to go out with a bang. Still a bit of a battle between Mirko and Dark.
On the last lap too. Mirko does have 3 seconds extra penalty, but remember, this is Cole was Epic's race win. He has done a fantastic job staying right behind these two, doing it out, and he will get rewarded with a first
run out of
place
fuel.
finish. No way! Oh no!
Oh no, he was battling with Dark right until the very end. Well, we know now why Mirko was so quick. He's been running -1 lap of fuel the entire race. And yeah, now he's just going to slowly crawl his way around the track, meaning Dark Inferno is going to cross the line first. But it doesn't matter, because a 3-second time penalty means that Cole was Epic is going to win his final, probably, most likely, his final ever F1 2021 race. This is going to be... I've actually just realised, is the final Season 4 race actually going to come out after the release of F1 22?
When's the game come out?
I think it's like next week, and we've still got two more races. So this Sunday is Canada, and then next Sunday is Brazil in Tier 2.
Really?
And that's going to be a bit tricky if people uninstall the game.
Yeah, I don't know what we'll do about that. Wouldn't be surprised if we cut it a race short. Regardless, congratulations to Cole for a fantastic race win in Brazil. Massive congratulations to Dark Inferno for a fantastic season win in this abridged Season 4. Most definitely well earned. This season could have been 20 races, and it seems like he would have had it unlocked regardless. And a small little sprinkle of congratulations for Sky to squeaking in a podium there after Mirko ran out of fuel, so he will be happy with his day.
Oh yeah, by the way, my suspicions have been confirmed. The game releases on the 1st. Yeah, game releases on the 1st, which is a Friday, and the race is on the 3rd of July, which is a Sunday. So how many people will turn up to that race? We don't know, and I feel sorry for everyone who deletes the game and installs F1 22, because they have to have 2 F1 games. If you're using the 500GB PS4, I feel great sorrow for you. I definitely do. But yeah, sorry, I just interrupted. You were on a jam.
No problem. I've got to hop out of here real quick. I will have to sign off, but it was a pleasure joining you in the box for one more time. I hope you get Dark up in here for a quick little interview, but well done to the Drivers' Championship winner and the Constructions Championship winner and everybody who has participated in this season. Thank you very much for doing so. Hope you come back in just a little amount of time with the new game. Should be fun, should be exciting, and we'll catch you later, sick boys. Nice chatting.
Yeah, that's the last ever word I'm going to hear from PJ. It's very emotional right now, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh my god.
You need to end on a high. Come on, what's the final word you ever want to say to me?
What does that mean? What do you want me to say
It means what
God
you think
damn
it
Sick
means.
Boy. Sometimes you fucking.
My game's glitched out on the final ever.
I gotta go.
Right, fine.
Goodbye, Sick Boy. It's a pleasure. Have a good off season. I'll talk to you sooner than you think, I'm sure.
Okay, goodbye. Goodbye, PJ.
Adios.
There we go. That was the final word he's ever said to Sick Boy's adios. And as he leaves the party. Oh dear, I'm going to invite Dark Inferno to the voice chat, of course. And I can't actually close the application because as soon as I do, the stream is going to come to a close. And I've made a lot of mistakes through my time commentating VFL over the past year. But I'm not going to end on the biggest mistake of them all, which is to close the stream before we've interviewed our season champion. So I'm going to make sure to remember not to close the stream. There we go. I've just found Tom Taylor's PSN. And we invite both of our championship protagonists to the party, of course, when I won the first VFL championship. Tiny little flex. It was the first time we ever interviewed drivers. PJ and Dark invited me and Robert DS to the voice chat, of course. And the first driver to join the party is, of course, a Mr. Tom Taylor. Hello.
Hello.
I mean,
Nice
go ahead.
That was my highlight of the race was your commentary. I can't lie, it was such a terrible race.
Oh yeah, I really do feel bad for you because you were leading the race by like 4 seconds at one point and then just talk me through that pit stop. It was incredible.
Right, so the pit line red thing, I followed it, but it's not accurate apparently. I got 5 seconds.
Yeah.
Then and then I got blocked in the pit lane by a retired car, and I was so annoyed.
I remember that, honestly. That was like one of the funniest things. First time I've ever seen that, and I've been playing this game since day one. It was really something. Man, I can't believe that. But yeah, it seems such a shame to... of course, you had lost the championship as soon as lap 9 ticked off. You were probably listening to the stream, but Dark won because of pole position. So yeah, it must be a bit of a gutting way to end your F1 2021 career, though, isn't it? With such a bad performance.
I had the race win in my back pocket. Well, I say that, but I was at red fuel by like lap 10, so I really badly underfueled. I didn't know how bad the fuel was at Brazil, but I was pretty fast, and then my tyres dropped off really fast. Then I spun once, my tyres didn't cool down. I spun about 6 other times, got lapped. It was just awful, but the season's been really good, and no one's been as good as Dark, so he deserves to win the championship. So fair play to Dark.
I completely agree, but I mean, Tom, here's my signing off to you from humble beginnings in Tier 2, Season 2, to battling for the Tier 1 World Championship. I definitely think you've gone on a bit of a journey over the last couple of seasons, so congratulations, even for being the runner-up. I'm sure you'll get a little silver colour next to your name. So yeah, congratulations, but we're passing the microphone over to Mr. Adam Kessels because I'm sure he's going to be very happy. Adam Kessels, take it away. Ladies and gentlemen, he is so excited that he's literally just had an aneurysm and he's now just dead. Not too sure if Dark Inferno is here. He has joined the party, but I'm not too sure whether he can...
And of course my microphone has been muted this whole
Incredible,
time.
right? You just gotta scream into the mic or something, do a bit of a F1 kind of celebration. I like it.
Yeah, that was... Yeah. Anyway, I'm happy that I've not just that I've won the championship, but I've got to share the fight with someone else. That being Tom Taylor. It's been a great fight, so I'm happy about that as well.
Man, you've had a bit of a love-hate relationship with F1 2021, I think it's safe to say. Season 1, 2 and 3, bit of a shaky kind of championship. Season 2, of course, you actually won a race, it was insane. Yeah. But you've ended on a high, you know, you've had a bit of a love-hate relationship with the game. The physics can be a bit janky, you've probably been the unluckiest driver I've ever seen. But you end on a high, you are the VFL the VFL Tier 1 World Champion. So, I mean, hats off to you. I'm going to give you another round of applause.
Thank you.
Ah, man, that's... I don't know what else to say. I can hear you in the background. I can hear myself, sorry, in the background of your stream, and it's
Oh no.
kind of making me not be able to even talk. It's very strange, but
Oh, that sucks.
it does suck. I might as well end on a low. Oh, there we go. He's muted or something. Anyway.
Oh yeah, I'll turn it down anyway.
Any other questions to ask? So, did you know that you were going to win the World Championship as soon as you hit lap 9?
Yes, because isn't that the 25% distance?
Yeah, I think end of lap 9, yeah.
So no matter what happened at that point, I would have won it anyway. But obviously I'm not going to just let DNF not try. I wanted to win.
Yeah.
I didn't get it because when I joined, I was in AI for 6 laps.
Oh wow!
When I came out of it, it gave me a warning. So I could get it removed, but I don't want to ruin Cole's fun, so we're gonna let him have it.
Yeah, I think that's a good thing to do. I mean, Cole was epic, great drive, and
yeah, that looked great. He was keeping both me and Mirko the entire time.
Yeah, the only I think important thing of note this race was on lap 6, in which you were side by side with Mirko. You lost the rear, almost DNF'd, and then I saw that you just let everybody through. And then was that when you became the AI?
That's the AI, yeah.
Ah, yeah, man. I mean, what a race. What a conclusion to year 1, of course, of VFL. I mean, it has come a long way. I remember when I was first invited to this league through Steph, because we were both together in another league, of course, FMC, and then I was your teammate for a couple races, and it was absolutely bananas. But, yeah, it's come a long way, definitely, from humble beginnings, that first race in VFL Season 1.
Indeed.
And now it's the end of year 1. Incredible. I mean, F1 2021, I think, has been the most successful game for so many leagues out there. I mean, VFL
Indeed, yes.
has ballooned, so many other championships have ballooned, and man, what a year it has been. Definitely. I can't believe it's already been a year, but anyway, I'm being a bit too cliche right now. I might as well...
You still streaming?
I am still streaming, which is very bad. I'm just going to close off the stream right now, actually. So, ladies and gentlemen, for the final time in a long time, thank you very much for watching this stream. 4 people live right now. Whoa, calm down. And, yeah, thank you very much for watching. I'm not going to be commentating for a very long time. And, yeah. Here's to F1 2022. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Tom Taylor isn't going to say goodbye, but fine. I'm just going to have to...